Okay, so here we go again with another episode of my ever-evolving series where I play every N64 game in approximate chronological order released in North America. I'm super excited for this one, because this time we're charming the ladies while taking our martinis shaken, not stirred, multi-racing a championship, fighting through the Dark Age, and doing some more racing. A great lineup with no sports in sight, unless you count racing, but I don't, so it's good enough for me. And as always, after I play these games, we will pit them against each other to determine the best of the bunch and see if any of them have what it takes to overthrow our current reigning champion, Mario Kart 64. And you might think that's the end of it, but no! After all that, I will rank the games on a tier list, and then... that's it. That'll be the end of the video. We're gonna get right to it, but first, interact with the video in some way as an offering to the algorithmic gods so they can bestow their blessings upon me and my channel. Alright, let's do this thing. Some people consider Goldeneye to be the best game released on the N64. But I think that's the rose-tinted nostalgia glasses they wear. I have no nostalgia for this game, so if I can overcome the fear of being cancelled for my opinion, I should be able to form an honest one. The graphics are good for the time. It was certainly one of the best-looking first-person shooters for the N64 at the time of its release, with the only real competition being Turok. The characters are a little blocky, with their flat faces and clubbed hands, but at least they're fully modeled and not sprites like the enemies in Doom and Hexen. The sound work is good with all the gun sounds and whatnot. The music is absolutely stellar, blending familiar Bond themes with some now iconic instrumentation. It would have been nice to get some more voice work in the game, but it was still early days, so it's understandable that there wasn't more. On the gameplay side of things, Goldeneye is fantastic. The controls are smooth and responsive, with a few options for adjustments if the control scheme isn't to your liking. It's fun, fast-paced, and with a legendary multiplayer mode. I didn't have this one as a kid, and I only had the opportunity to play it once back in the day, so this was my most in-depth experience with the game. So without a nostalgia bias, I can say I had a great time playing this, and will be playing it more if I ever get the opportunity. I don't think it's the best game ever, or the best game on the N64, or even the best first-person shooter on the N64, but it is definitely among the best. I think the majority of opinions of Goldeneye are based on nostalgia and conformity bias. I have no nostalgia for it, and I have the benefit of hindsight. It's a stellar game for sure, and it had the best multiplayer of any first-person shooter released for the N64 up to that point. It certainly deserves recognition. But it's not quite as good as all the hype would have you believe. But don't think for a moment that I am dissing Goldeneye. I'm not. It really is a great game. Among the best. Just not the best. Next we have MRC Multi-Racing Championship.
Ready, go!
Now, easy, sharp right turn. Don't give up yet. Go on, pass them all.
What surprised me most about MRC was how difficult it was, but more about that later. The graphics aren't bad, it looks good enough for the time. The vehicle models are good and all that jazz. Ooh, did not hang that right. The sound is,
A little late on that one, dude.
some of the sound effects are a bit much. For example, when driving over dirt, it's really loud.
3, 2, 1.
The announcer / co-pilot, or whatever you call him, was a little annoying and would sometimes give incorrect information about the track. Like telling me the track was straight ahead when it clearly wasn't.
Holy shiza!
Now, the gameplay.
This game is freaking hard!
This game was way harder for me than I was expecting. It's kinda unfair because they start you in last place with 3 laps to get in first.
You jerk!
And if you don't finish first,
Darn it! We were so close to winning.
you don't advance in the championship.
Oh wow, this car's much faster.
Maybe I just really suck, but I get the feeling they made it harder than necessary to mask the fact that there's only 3 tracks in the game.
Handling not so much.
Yep, 3. Apparently there's a mirror mode for each track, which would almost make it like having 6 tracks, but that's still a really low number of tracks to race on. There are also 10 vehicles in total, with a few locked at first, so I have no complaints with the vehicle selection.
We did it! We won!
With all that said, I did enjoy the game. The mechanics feel good, and the different cars handle and perform differently from each other and over different terrain. This could have been a really good game if they added a few, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 more tracks, and maybe add an easier difficulty mode for those of us who don't have time to get good.
Yeah! We did it! We won!
Mace, the Dark Age.
I played this one briefly when I purchased it as part of a game lot.
I don't know what I just did. Wow, it almost looks like I know what I'm doing.
Apart from that, I had no experience with this game.
Orders call. Round 1, fight.
It looks pretty good. It's the best looking fighter I've played on the series so far. The character models are good and the art direction is solid. The environments look nice and fit the game nicely. The sound effects are good, nothing annoyed me or was overly repetitive. I enjoyed this one more than the other fighters I've played so far. The controls are comfortable, and the buttons can be remapped if you don't like the layout. There is a practice mode, but no in-game move lists, so you'd have to mash buttons until you figure something out. Of course, since we don't live in the Dark Age, see what I did there? You could look up the moves online if you really wanted to. There is a good variety of characters to choose from, with a few hidden characters in there as well.
Round 1, fight.
I'm not sure what it was about it, but I want to play more of this game. Maybe I could do a live stream or something. Let me know if that's something you'd be interested in seeing.
Execute her. Koyasha win.
Top Gear Rally is one I rented as a youngling, so I have some experience with it. It has a lot of similarities with MRC in some ways, so you'll have to forgive me for using MRC for direct comparison. The graphics are smoother than MRC, as is the movement. It feels like it runs at a higher frame rate, but I'm only using my eyeballs to determine that, so not the most reliable of scientific equipment. I think it looks good for when it came out. There are a lot of little things you can customize about your vehicle, including the decals. That is, if you have the space on your memory card. The vehicles also take damage throughout the race, which is a nice graphical touch. The sound effects are also an improvement over MRC. There's no annoying co-pilot, and running off-road doesn't sound like banging an oil drum with your head inside of it. More importantly, I believe the sound was just mixed better. Nothing is too loud or too quiet. The gameplay is smooth and challenging, without being overly difficult. There are more game modes here with Championship, Arcade, Time Trial, and Versus. Now, there are only 4 tracks with 1 additional unlockable track, and I gave MRC a hard time for only having 3, but the tracks here feel more varied, and they are also longer tracks. And yes, there is also a mirror mode for each track. The varying weather patterns also help add variety and seem to have more of an impact on the race than the weather in MRC.
Battle time.
In our first matchup, we have the villain-killing, heartbreaking, martini-shaking Goldeneye 007! And their opponent, the engine-roaring, street-touring, pedal-flooring, multi-racing championship!
Ready, fight!
And the winner is Goldeneye 007! In our next matchup, from the tattered pages, the dark ages, the demon rages, it's Mace, the Dark Age! And their opponent, without fear, shifting gear, wheels that steer, Top Gear Rally!
Ready, fight!
And the winner is Mace, the Dark Age! And now, our third matchup sees Goldeneye return to the field of battle across from the Dark Age warrior, Mace!
Ready, fight!
The winner is Goldeneye! And now, in our final matchup, fighting to hold on to the crown is our 3-time champion, Mario Kart 64!
Ready, fight!
And the winner is Goldeneye! I can't believe it! He's taking down the champion! See, I told you I wasn't dissing Goldeneye. So now that you know which of these games I thought were the best, where do they go on the tier list? First is MRC. It's not bad. It's a well-made racing game that offers a solid challenge. I just wish there was more game here. If there were a few more tracks, it would be nice, but as it is, it's just fine. This is fine. Top Gear Rally is a fun racer. It may not have very many tracks, but it makes up for it with vehicle customization and additional game modes. I think it's nice. Despite the mixed reviews online, Mace the Dark Age is the best fighter for the N64 I've played on the series thus far. It'll be sliding into the nice tier right alongside Top Gear Rally. And as for Goldeneye, it is an absolutely stellar game. It's not my personal favorite, but it's definitely in my top 10, and a total banger for sure. And with that, we have come to the end of the video. Do you have any memories of these games? Share them in the comments. If you've made it this far and you're not subscribed, look, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Just subscribe so you don't miss out on these games that I'll be tackling next time. Thanks for watching, good luck on all the things, and I'll see you later. Bye.